This is the one demon that all fans agree to hate, a literal betrayer of treachery. If vileness and baseness combined in a character, it would be Kaigaku, and even Doma didn't stoop to this level. So, without further ado, let's begin. After Gitaro and Daki were eliminated by Tanjiro and the Sound Hashira, this was the first time in history that an Upper Moon had died. Such a sudden event forced Muzan to convene an immediate meeting with the other Upper Moons, teaching them a lesson they would never forget. The Upper Moons fear Muzan's wrath more than death itself, as death at the hands of Muzan is more painful than death at the hands of a demon slayer. Daki and Gitaro were chosen by Doma, and he was the one who nominated them for Muzan. After their failure, Kokushibo decided this time to nominate a demon of his own, choosing to become the new 6th moon. This demon, Kokushibo himself, was Kaigaku, originally a demon slayer who trained under the former Thunder Hashira, Jigoro. Imagine that Kaigaku became a demon after the deaths of Daki and Gitaro. That means not much time had passed. In this short time, he was able to climb the ranks at an incredible speed and become a moon. All this because he could use the breath. Demon hunters who mastered the breath were considered powerful individuals. So what about a demon with demonic power who mastered the breath? He would certainly possess terrifying power. A prime example is Kokushibo. Jigoro, when he received news that one of his students had turned into a demon, felt deeply saddened because he had failed in his role as a teacher. Now his thunder breath would be used for evil, so he killed himself as punishment for failing to guide his student on the right path. In truth, the teacher hadn't failed in anything. Kaigaku's flaw was more about life than anything else. He was capable of sacrificing everyone just to survive, and anyone with that mentality would surely choose to transform into a demon to avoid death. Jigoro trained the wrong person, but he also trained the right person, Zenitsu. Zenitsu was undergoing special training with the Hashira when he received a message containing shocking news. The message read, "Kaigaku has become a demon, and your grandfather committed suicide because of him." The rage Zenitsu felt at that moment was indescribable. The petty, stupid, and cowardly person we knew had literally turned into a monster. With all he could think about was revenge. This is what usually happens when you love someone and suddenly they do something rude and bad that you didn't expect. All that love turns to hate, and that was the beginning of the end. After the Hashira managed to break into Muzan's palace, everyone was searching for the Demon King, except Zenitsu. His target was Kaigaku. He was certain that he would find him there. What was certain was that Zenitsu would never forgive him. Then he stopped in front of a room, sensing Kaigaku behind these doors. He told him, "Come out, I know you're inside." Then the doors opened, a terrifying hand gripping the door, and finally Kaigaku appeared in his demonic form, his eyes etched with the phrase, "Rank 6", meaning that Zenitsu was now officially facing an upper moon. Kaigaku challenged him, "Is this how you address your former teammate?" Zenitsu responded with a terrifying expression, "You're no longer my teammate." Kaigaku replied, "You haven't changed. You're still short, weak, and pathetic. I don't think you've become a Hashira. Oh, I forgot. Have you mastered a form other than your first?" But Zenitsu was unmoved by these words, his same terrifying expression still intact. He told Kaigaku, "You seem happy to be an upper moon." His words struck a chord, so Kaigaku didn't respond and changed the subject. He told Zenitsu, "Or it seems you've finally been able to talk." The conversation so far feels like it's between two competing friends, not between a demon hunter and a demon. Zenitsu, no matter how cold he pretends to be, cannot hide his true feelings and pain. He didn't understand why Kaigaku turned into a demon and told Kaigaku that it was because of him that he killed grandfather himself. Zenitsu literally cried because he knew grandfather had won in the most painful way imaginable. Here's Kaigaku's response. "I don't care. Your words don't upset me. I don't value those who don't value me, and vice versa. Whoever values me, I serve with my life. If that old man dies, that's fine. I did everything possible to be his successor, but he pulled a punches and instead teamed me up with an idiot like you. He may have been a Hashira once, but now he's just an old man who's lost his mind, and I certainly won't serve a fool." This statement was literally shocking because it was the exact opposite of the truth. Kaigaku always had a negative outlook on everything that happened to him, was quick to judge, and didn't see the truth. Grandfather was indeed planning to make Kaigaku his successor, but these words would be of no use now. It was too late, and no one could stop Zenitsu now. The fight had begun. Kaigaku, thanks to his demonic power, turned his thunder effect black. He attacked using his 4th form. Zenitsu didn't move from his spot. Suddenly, Kaigaku was struck. The latter was surprised by Zenitsu's terrifying speed. He couldn't believe a human could achieve such speed solely through training. But Kaigaku still believed he would win, simply because he was an upper moon. And for this very reason, he couldn't accept the defeat he suffered in his previous attack. He launched himself again using his second form. This form is extremely powerful, consisting of 5 attacks simultaneously. Zenitsu couldn't handle them all and suffered a burn-like injury to his face. Kaigaku attacked again using his third form and defeated Zenitsu once more. The matter didn't end there. He attacked using his 5th form and injured Zenitsu once more. Zenitsu was in a difficult position. Kaigaku was the superior one and had no intention of retreating. He used his 6th form, his most powerful technique, and his last and most difficult form, thunder breathing, which caused Zenitsu significant damage. Zenitsu fell. All the memories of his past flashed before him. Training with Grandpa, missions with Kaigaku, how the others mocked him because he only mastered one form, how Kaigaku belittled him every time he saw him, and how he saw Kaigaku as his role model. Zenitsu couldn't accept that his role model, the person he considered his brother, had turned into a demon, so he took it upon himself to erase that shame. Zenitsu was able to move again. He stood up to the argument and, with unfathomable speed, decapitated Kaigaku using the 7th form. Kaigaku literally didn't understand what had happened, where he got this form from, and believed his sensei had hidden it from him. Even as he died, all he could think about was negative because the truth was that Zenitsu had invented it, having been unable to learn the other forms. He invented a new form to suit his style. Kaigaku fell, but he was happy that the other Zenitsu could no longer move and would die with him. That's why he didn't consider himself a loser, but rather a draw. Suddenly, Tamayo's servant appeared, looked at Kaigaku with contempt and told him, "You've lived your life thinking only of yourself. That's why no one will help you in your time of need. You'll die alone and pathetically." Kaigaku had nothing more to say after this, and thus officially declared the death of the 6th upper moon. Kaigaku died like a dog, then proceeded to rescue Zenitsu and heal him at the last moment. But his final words were terrifying. If Zenitsu had faced Kaigaku a year from now, he wouldn't have won. He would have died instantly. This is proof that Kokushibo's choice was a good one. Kaigaku indeed had the desire and the potential, and he could have taken Doma's place and become Kokushibo's immediate successor. If he had been given more time, he would have achieved this. That was all there was to it. I hope you enjoyed this battle. Thank you.